Contrasting nights in Europe as Arsenal cruise past Monaco, Manchester City lose at Juventus. Producer Luke and I sat down this morning, Simon. The stats regarding Manchester City are mind-blowing. 1 win in 10, 7 defeats along the way. 8 points behind Liverpool, domestically, who have a game in hand. 22nd in the Champions League table. The new revamped Champions League table, of course it is. But since the start of November, Manchester City have conceded more goals, 21 of them, across all competitions than any other team from Europe's Big Five leagues.
Yep.
They've collapsed. What's Pep saying to it?
We are the best. I love my team, the way we play, and the result is not going to convince me the opposite. I said the game I played really good, I analyzed. You said what happened in the results is one question. I am asking here, what do I play today? I played really good. And of course I question myself in the good moments and the bad moments. I was stable in the good moments and I'm stable in the bad moments. Of course, I try to find a way and do it, but the game was there. So, and that is not... I'm incredibly honest about knowing when we don't play good or don't play good. Always the game will save us.
I mean, here's the thing, Simon. Pep, yeah, you can love them all you like.
Yeah.
You're meant to be the best in the business. Where are your solutions?
Well, one thing you won't get from Pep is any criticism of his players. It's his staple diet. He trots out the same mantra. The media is for him to be endured. He regards it as something that he's going to put a fire out on. So he will tell you every single game, irrespective of how they've played, that he loves his players. That's his stock message. What I've listened to over the last sort of 3 or 4 weeks is a lot of navel gazing going on from certain players. You know, you heard it from Gundogan last night. You've heard it from Ruben Diaz, who was a bit spiky with an interview the other day that asked him about what the players do. And he sort of said, remember who you're talking to. You're talking to people that have dominated football. Okay, that makes you immune from any criticism, does it? And then you heard Bernardo Silva say something the other day. This navel gazing. The problem with Man City, if there is a problem, is that they lose games trying to win them. And they've lost a shape, they've lost a structure, whatever they've lost, and whether it's all Rodri based on whatever else, they won't compromise. So now what they're doing is getting picked apart by sides because ultimately they're still trying to win games in the familiar Man City way, and they've lost something in the structure of the side. So there's an admiration from me towards Man City that they're still trying to play the same way, they're still trying to attack sides, and they're still trying to play the Man City formula, but they're getting caught out because structurally they're not right. I watched them last night. That was the game I chose to watch. I mean, Juventus were there to be beaten. I mean, I think there's unkind headlines in various newspapers.
Absolutely.
I think unkind headlines in various newspapers saying old lady versus the old men, because obviously the old lady is the moniker of Juve.
Yeah.
I thought they had chances. I think if what's his face up top, Haaland sticks one away before half time, which I would expect him to do, it might have been a different game.
Yeah.
And when you get one opportunity, those are the ones you've got to take. But I thought that City overplayed still.
Yeah.
They made it easier for Juventus and the moment they picked up the tempo, they created opportunities for themselves.
But here's the thing, in here, you've been looking at me in recent days saying they'll be back. They'll be back.
Oh, they will.
Well, they will be back, of course, but in what shape? They've forgotten how to win.
They will recover. Whether they're going. Listen. To us, we're making a big deal out of them in the Champions League.
Of course, we should.
I know. My point was this: I think they'll qualify through. They're clearly not going to get into automatic qualification for the Champions League. They're going to have to play in the playoffs. They'll win their playoff game. I'm willing to wager you today, and then all of this will be forgotten, and they'll be in the knockout competition, and it'll all be part and parcel of the texture of what's going on. The challenge for me is I don't think they're going to win the Premier League now. I didn't think they were at the beginning of the season. I thought Arsenal were going to win it. Now, I've obviously pivoted off that because evidence in front of me is making me change my mind that Liverpool are likely to be in the box seat.
Is it a crisis?
Well, listen, for Manchester City, a crisis would be
not win in 10,
not having a clue how to get out of it, having a manager that was dysfunctional and suddenly falling apart in front of the media. You've got none of that. Right now, what you've got is a rebuild required. And he's the man to do it. He's just signed himself to the future of Man City for another 2.5 years. So they've got him for 2.5 years. He will now know, if he didn't know already, that he needs to rebuild, and he will rebuild.
Simon, look at the messages coming in. There's one, no name in it. Guys, good morning. Pep has never been at a club for longer than 4 years. He's never had to rebuild a team. This is a totally new challenge for him. It just emphasises how good Sir Alex Ferguson was. I don't think that is wrong at all. Different time, sure. But right now, and we live in the here and now, will they be back? If so, when? And in what shape? Because at the moment, they've forgotten how to win Manchester City.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.